Good day everyone, I am Iver Olin and Sonas, a sophomore student taking Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English under the College of Education at the University of Batangas. In this video, I am going to discuss the evolution of mythology. In this topic, we are going to learn the definition of mythology, the definition of mythic story, the different perspectives of mythic story, the evolution of myths, and my takeaways. Mythology being defined is a branch of knowledge that deals with myth, such as the myths dealing with the gods, the demigods, and legendary heroes of particular people. Mythic story is a combination of superstition and religious truth, of primitive fears and universal understanding. A myth is a traditional story without an author that is usually intended to teach a lesson, explain one of the many mysteries of life, and explain a phenomenon of nature. Mythic stories must be explored from divergent perspectives. These are the 5 different perspectives of mythic stories: the cultural, historical, psychological, creative, and modern perspective. The evolution of myths. The story of mythology begins sometimes in the distant reaches of prehistory, when man awakened to his consciousness of existence. The next phase in the development occurred sometime between 7th and 4th millennium BC. Sumerians occupied Mesopotamia and they invented a form of writing which is cuneiform. A cuneiform is a system of writing. Akkad state, Akkadian developed into Arabic. Semitic people who spoke Akkadian colonized the northern part of Tigris-Euphrates. The great city-state of Akkad was founded, and later on, Akkadian was developed into Arabic. They established Amorites invaded Mesopotamia. They established the first dynasty in the city of Babylon. Amorites, also known as Babylonians, took over the ancient cuneiform script and Sumerian religion. Assyrians invaded Babylon. Assyrians invaded Babylon at about 1700 BC. They established a capital at Nineveh and an important city in Assur. The ancient Sumerian mythology had been altered. Myths have been found on tablets. Most complete versions are on copies commissioned in the 7th century BC by King Ashurbanipal at the library at Nineveh. A dominant theme of mythology was fertility. Egyptian mythology shared with Mesopotamia a special emphasis on fertility. Greek religion was incorporated with Romans becoming Greco-Roman mythology. Mythologies of India and Northern Europe were also considered possessing importance in the development of world mythology. My takeaways for this topic is that firstly, we appreciate myths. We appreciate mythology in the sense that even if we does not know if it is real or not, we still enjoy it. We appreciate mythology in the sense that we still give importance to it even up to these days. Most of the stories started orally because in the beginning or in the earlier times, they still don't have the system of writing, or they are not able to write these stories. Even we know that the stories we have today is not 100% original, we still value it just because as the time goes by, the stories passed from generation to generation. There might have been discrepancies on the passage. However, we still value it because we appreciate the essence of the message that the story conveys. I am going to end this presentation with a quotation from a Canadian poet, novelist, literary critic, essayist, teacher, and environmental activist and inventor Margaret Atwood, which says, "Myths can't be translated as they did in their ancient soil. We can only find our own meaning in our own time." That would be all. Thank you and goodbye.